Feel Good Talk. Focus on mind, body, soul, and business. You are now tuning in to Let's Talk About It with your girl Izzy and my girl Kendra. And today we have Chuck with us joining us for a special edition.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I definitely appreciate y'all bringing me on. So I'm just looking forward to, the conversation and the great interview we have here. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was a long discussion. It was a long discussion about it, but
so I'm super excited to introduce our next guest. I've been following him since he came out with his documentary. As everybody knows, I have a love for animals. I have a love for pets. He is a pigeon enthusiast, an author, and a basketball coach. And he is the Pigeons King's one and only Keith London. Welcome, Keith. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I am super excited to just have you here. And I want to first say that I was totally impressed by the documentary. I love to find documentaries that are real and about real people. I don't like to watch, things that are cushy. I like to know real people and connect with them, especially, just being in the house so much. I love to watch those kind of documentaries. And so I want to say that real recognizes real. And my first question to you is, what exactly do you do as a pigeon enthusiast? Can you explain that to our community?
Well, it's actually a hobby first. It's just like with any other animal, you take to it, pretty much fall in love with it. And then when the competition part came along, everything changed. But It's still my hobby. It's something I will do every day for the rest of my life for free. I don't have to make no money doing it. Right. Talking about it, it's just something I just love to do.
Wow. Yeah. And I could see that, as I was watching the documentary, just in your eyes, that you had this love for these birds from the time that they were born until the time that you train them. And I just thought that was so fascinating. So I'm going to ask you, when did your passion begin and how did it begin?
Well, when I was about, it was with my grandparents. It had to be about 5-ish. Wow. And my late uncle, had a coop, the old style neighborhood coop that was probably about 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide, like a little box. So I was curious about what was in there. Right. So when I looked in there, I said, oh, it's birds in there. Wow. Okay, he came out and said, what are you doing back there, boy? I said, I jumped, He let them out. When he let them out, they flew around. I said, why you let them out? They're going to fly away. He said, no, just watch. They flew around. He started turning flips. I said, are they flipping or falling? And he said, they flipping. Then after that, it was a wrap. I was hooked.
Wow. At the age of 5.
I didn't get my own until I was about 10.
Okay, I was about to ask that. Yeah. So you started off with how many at the age of 10?
See, my brother had some too. He was a fake pigeon fancier. He wasn't but anyway, about 6 or 7 maybe.
Wow. Was it hard to train them, or did you just kind of catch on to what your uncle had taught you?
Yeah, I caught him. He taught us how to train them, to keep me in for so long and do this and let them see outside. So yeah, I didn't really understand that. So I just get the bird and hold them in my hands and hold them in the air and let them see. This and I'll come back in. I did it every day. The one day I just let them go and they just flew. They were gone for about 20 minutes, then they came back. Man.
Right. That is so awesome. Yeah. I'm going to ask you one more question, and then I'll pass it on to Kendra, because I got so many.
I'm going to tell y'all something, though, real quick. You remember the beginning of the movie? Now cracking the eggshell?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
I had to do that again today.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
It's so, I saw it, and I was so cute to see the little baby come out, the little birdie.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the point that you made in that when you were like, people are like, oh, leave it alone. But as humans, if we saw something, we'll be like, okay, let's help it, along. And you're like, why not help if I see it struggling, then why not help it along? So that was such a great start to the documentary.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the documentary, real quick, can you, for the audience that has not seen the Pigeon Kings, can you give us an overview of what the documentary is about and how did that all come to be? Like, how did it end up being a documentary?
Well, Belina Pastrich, which is the director,
right?
She came to me. I didn't know what she was trying to do. I wasn't even sure. She just kept filming. I never knew her angle. So she was trying to make a documentary about pigeons for sure, but I never knew her angle. So we're just filming. But how it came to be was she said, you have an extraordinary story. Your story just evolving every day while you're on camera.
Right.
See, I'll make you the main subject like that.
Oh, wow.
So I said, you want to know everything? She said, open up. And I was kind of, didn't want to do it at first.
Yeah.
And then I started opening more and more and more, And the thing was, she was trying to capture this world that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Because when she first met us, she came to a pigeon show. Oh. And she came back and she was like, what the heck is going on? Everybody, because we all had on t-shirts. I even got, this is one of my sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Roller Pigeon Association. But anyway, he did that and she went through the yard and she was like, wow, I gotta do a documentary. She kept telling me that. I'm like, but you don't have no camera. How are you gonna do a documentary? But anyway, so it developed over time. It took a while, like a long time. Wow. We started shooting in 2011. So, and then when I was going through my stuff, she just kept filming it. And the editors put it together so perfect. How everything, it made everything come together. So we have a documentary.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, it was awesome. I watched some. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but what I did watch, it was definitely an amazing story. I do want to ask you, because I'm always interested in, how do you get those birds to flip? You know what I mean? Like, is it a natural thing for them to flip, or, I don't know. Like, can you explain that process?
Okay. Right now, nobody knows why they really do it. We just know it's genetic.
Okay.
And actually, it's really a genetic fault.
Oh, wow.
And we just cultivate it into something.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it can be. But nobody really knows what makes them do it. It's like a genetic fault.
Yeah.
The person that finds it out is gonna be rich.
So there's no way of doing it. They just do it. And another thing I had to ask you too was, like, how do you get them to come back? Because
right.
Like, if they, once a bird gets out, that's it. It seems like that way anyway,
Right.
How do they come?
Well, pigeons are more instinctive.
Okay.
And it's like a homing instinct they have.
Mm-hmm.
That's their home. And they know that's home. We train them to know how to get into the home. The rest is on them. Wow. They have this ability to be far away. And I can take some birds, put them in a box, take them miles away, let them go, and they'll still find their way back home.
Wow.
Sometimes, but not this breed is not specialized. That's not their specialty. Their special performance.
Okay.
The homing instinct is not as keen as some racing birds and the homing pigeons, carrier pigeons like that. But it's instinct. But and they're pretty smart. They're smarter than people think.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, I was amazed at how you could, like you say, you let them go and they come right back. I was just amazed. I was just amazed with that. You know what I mean?
They actually don't go nowhere. They just fly around the house. That's how we judge them. They fly right there. They won't go nowhere unless weather or a bird of prey. It's a whole other subject.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We get to
that. So for people who don't understand I don't know if, like you say hobby, I'm thinking of it as like a sport. Can you describe it for us? Like, what is it that's happening for people who don't understand what it is?
For the sporting aspect?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. The sporting aspect is what we do is train these birds in a group, 15 to 20 pigeons, right? And what we're trying to do is get as many of those birds to roll, which is real tight, like a ball,
right,
as possible at 10 feet or more. at the same time, like I say, synchronized swimming, and they really do it like that. It's like they all look and boom, they all just go and they stop, regroup, go, stop, regroup. So this is what's going on. We fly 15, 20 birds, right? And we flying these birds for 15 to 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes means that if they land or come down before 15 minutes, you can be disqualified. But they can fly up to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, and object is get 5 or more in a row. If 5 birds rolls, if 5 to 9 birds roll is face value. If 10 to 14 birds roll at the same time, it's double.
Wow.
And if 15 to 19 roll, it's triple. And if all 20 go, it's 100 points. That's called a full turn.
Wow.
And that's what everybody's shooting for.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine that's pretty rare to have all of them kind of go at the same time.
Right.
They don't roll at the same time. I say, oh, yes, they do. And it's all about training and genetics and breeding and stuff like that.
Do all pigeons do this? So if I'm from Philadelphia area, if I went down to the depot and picked out like 5 pigeons, are they gonna roll for me, or is it something specific?
No.
That's what I thought.
No. There are thousands of breeds of pigeons that you guys wouldn't even believe.
Really?
We have pigeons that look like they actually have a fur hoodie.
Oh wow.
Only their head shows and it looks like fur all around it.
Wow.
I've seen one of them before. Yeah, but not here. I'm not in person, but I've seen it on television and stuff like that. And they look very exotic. I thought it was an exotic bird. You know what I mean?
They're called fancy pigeons.
They are fancy. They even look different. They look different than a regular pigeon. I think their tails seem a little bit bigger. And the color is different too. I noticed that.
Oh yeah, but the rollers come in all kinds of colors. They got some rollers that look like birds on the street. Exactly like. The difference is the body structure and the feather quality.
Yeah. So when do they start rolling? Like how long does it take before they can actually do that?
Well, they can start rolling the first day they start flying. Actually, they can.
Really? Oh wow.
The first day they fly, they can start rolling. They can, but we don't. I choose not to have mines do that because those birds usually don't last. I mean, they get excessive in a row really quick, and they get dangerous and kill themselves.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, they will do. If you don't breed them right, compare choose to how you breed them.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing. You have that happen during competition. Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
Cause I see you flying them near the power lines and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and utility lines, and of course, I'm like, wow. I said, hope they don't touch that, wire. Well, of course they could touch the wire, but of course, I don't know if you ever had any incidents where they went up there and, hit that wire and ended up blowing up or getting killed like that. I don't know if that ever happened.
Not because of electricity or just because of the impact of hitting the wire. I done had a bird or two.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow. About how fast do they go when they're rolling? Like what's
tomorrow as far as
like miles per hour? Yeah. When they get into that,
we haven't figured it out yet. People trying to put cameras on them, but the birds don't perform the same with the camera on them.
Right.
They don't touch their performance, so it's kind of hard.
Gotcha.
We haven't figured a way. That's what we're working on right now to figure out which birds actually roll the fastest. It's right now it's all visual, so we like guesstimating.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit? I'm sorry, Izzy.
Oh no, you're good.
Go ahead. Just one last question, then I'll let Izzy. For the social aspect, because I was really moved by like the whole community and the camaraderie of the sport. So can you talk to us a little bit about that and how it brings people together or changes people's lives and that impact of it, because that's what was moving to me as I watched it.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest subjects I talk about when we did the film festivals. At the end, we do Q&A.
Right.
So somebody asked, it'd be so many guys. Do you guys have any problems? So I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you all like I tell them. Look, the government or certain cities are trying to bring all these ethnic groups together. We have Bloods, Crips, Hispanics, teachers, doctors, lawyers, police officers, all at the functions. We don't have no problems.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, name. I tell the people, name one more thing that happens anywhere that you have that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Not at sporting events, because they Friday sporting events.
Right.
Yes.
I've been doing this for like 30 years, and I've seen one fight and about 5 arguments.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch you. You are so humble, and I'm just so impressed with that because your buddies, they always talking trash, and you just sit back and you kind of like listen to what they have to say, and every now and again you might say a little something. But I think that you've been blessed because of that, being so humble. And in being humble, are you going to continue to mentor? Are you mentoring other young people and youth to do the same thing?
Well, I have a group right now. I'm mentoring right now about 11 guys, but they're not all young. 2 of them are young. We're trying to reach out to the younger, but most of the younger guys don't. If they don't want to be out there, want to come out, want to come out the house.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Go sit in the house and do this. So it's kind of hard. I mean, even my sons, I got 3 of them. None of them like pigeons, but they're not house kids, but they don't like pigeons. My daughters did for a little while until the girly aspect took over.
Yeah.
That was it. That was a wrap.
I saw them in a documentary. They are so adorable. The both of them, they are so cute. So I was speaking about being humble, and I also want to point out that you have like a winner spirit. And I think it's your buddy Choo Choo. You had gone over to his house and to kind of help him out with his pigeons. And he's explaining to you everything that's going on, and you're just like, you're always encouraging him, even down to the part where you were you guys had did a recording and he didn't think the recording had taken, and you were just like, we just have to do it again. Like, and I was just like, wow, you know what? That's life. We just have to do it again. And if you keep trying and trying and trying, and I think that's why you're so good at what you do and why you're the, number one, because you have that winning spirit. Yeah. So I love that aspect of the documentary also.
Trying to get back to the number 1 spot.
Yeah. Well, you may have other things that you need to do, like the mentoring part, to bring youth into something that's positive. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way I look at it now, there's only 2 things I really want to win. I want to win the World Cup and the national flag. Everything else matter really.
Yeah.
And the reason why I really want to win, one is for myself, and the other to show other guys that it can be done. A lot of guys think it can't be done.
Right.
Here, because we got the birds of prey, and they say we still can. You just got to take a different approach. And I'm trying to explain to some guys that right now. And they keep thinking about raising more pigeons. I said, that's not the answer. The answer is raising more quality pigeons. That's what you have to do. And that's one of the hardest things to sink into some new guys' head. They think it's about numbers. Yes, numbers, but numbers and quality. Right. You breed 100 pigeons, and if you only have 25 quality pigeons, and out of the 100 pigeons, you lose 50, your chance of having that 25 is way down. But if you breed 150 pigeons and 40 of them are quality, and you lose half, you still good. Right. And that's what I'm trying to let them see. Yeah. I want to show them by example. That's one of my goals. I want to show them by example. So that's why I'm so focused right now, as before. Where we'll talk about the other stuff that took the air out of you for a while later.
Right. Right.
My last question: do you name all of your pigeons? I want to know.
Actually, I don't name all of them.
Yeah.
But some birds, by their color or something they do, their name becomes. This pops out. I had a bird that was silver, and I called him Platinum.
Right.
And then we took his daughter and put it to his brother to keep the bloodline, and he came out black. So I called him Blacknum.
Oh, that's cute.
He said, Blacknum, why you come up with that name? I said, Platinum, he's black, Blacknum. Just names pop out like that. Like some people have Big Red like my buddy have a bird. I love this bird name. It's called a prototype hen. I love that name.
Yeah. I think one of your buddies he named him Lil Wayne because he had a teardrop coming down.
Yeah,
his
that
eye.
was
I
so
was crying.
I know.
That was my boy G Will.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Keith. Now, we were talking about the birds. Where do you get these birds from? I mean, because I know, like Izzy said, you don't get them off the corner. You don't get them. Do you have someone that you can buy these birds from, or how does that go about? How do you do that?
Well, I don't really buy birds anymore, unless this is like a specialty project I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to do a specific thing. I bring a specific characteristic, and I seek out and try to buy one. But all the guys who raise birds are willing to sell a part with a few, and if not, you just want birds just to have a hobby. Pet shops sell them too, so you can get them all day, almost anywhere. But when I was a kid, it was really hard to get really good pigeons because they didn't trust a lot of youngsters because a lot of kids used to steal pigeons back then.
Oh wow.
Wow. Hey, we got some questions out there, so comments and questions. So we're gonna throw these out here right now. We got the 10 of Life. He's in. The 10 of Life is tuned in. What's going on, Ty? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. He says, good evening to all from the 10 of Life. He actually came on and ended right there. Boom. He says, hi, Izzy, Kendra, DJ Charles, and special guest, Keith London. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, if nobody don't know, Keith, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Ooh, man. Ty is down there at 7th and Hayes, right in Chester, so definitely check him out. He's doing big things for the community, so definitely check him out. Thanks, Ty, for tuning in. 10 of Life says, Izzy laughed a lot. I guess he was laughing at when you were talking about the birds in Philly and stuff of that nature. What's going on, Billy Rick, the comedian? He says, peace and blessings.
Hey,
and
Billy.
He said, is he raising pigeons? And I said, yes. And he said, wow, that's a skill. So shout out to him for that one. And we got Gregory Lawman Pinkney. He says, what's good, homie?
Hey.
What's up now? We all right Letitia Langer. She says, Kendra Moore, love that top. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, she got the program. She went back with Kwame. There you go.
That's right.
Love this. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in, and we really appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you. Yeah. And hey, back to everybody else.
Yeah. So I have a question on so one of the things that I admired when I was watching the documentary and you were having a conversation with your wife about obsession versus passion.
Yes.
Right.
And so for people who really want to be at the top of their game and what they do, what, advice or what's your thoughts on, being obsessed with something, having passion for something, or a little bit, of both?
Well, passion for it means that you just love to do it. I mean, that's one thing. When you're trying to be the best, you got to be teeter-tottering on obsession. You have to. Mm-hmm. It's it's like the mama mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, it's hard but it's not hard to explain. It's really, you got to just do it, and you got to keep doing it. Because if you don't, you're going to be just like everybody else. Right. And I didn't want to be like everybody else. And the reason what drove me so hard was everybody telling me I shouldn't do it and I couldn't do it.
Right.
And that helped drive me. So
you definitely did it.
Yeah.
I love that because I wrote down the quote. I tried to write it down. You have to be obsessed or passionate about something, or you won't be good at anything. Yeah. And when you said that, I was like, that's deep. Like, you got to keep pushing if you want to do it. You have to show a passion for it. And I know that you have a passion for it because I remember seeing you talk to the two older women when you had gone into this office, and they were it was like you and two older ladies, and you guys were having a full-blown conversation about pigeons. And I was just like, I said, Keith can't go anywhere. He's got to talk about his pigeons everywhere he goes.
Yeah. That was when, I know, yeah. That was my life-changing moment.
Yeah.
So I was trying to acquire, get an actual job.
Yeah. Yep. Your eyes just lit up, and she knew a lot about it, not to be into the sport.
Yeah. She did.
Oh, I love that.
Hey, Keith, I gotta ask you a question too about I seen some of the, like I said, documentary, and I've seen like the auctioning of the birds. Do you also auction off pigeons as well?
Oh yeah, that So I had a show I used to do every year, a show in the fly called the Put 'em Up or Shut Up. Because one day I was at a show. This is how this came about. I was at a show, and guys kept talking about how good their birds were. But I'm thinking, so I've never seen this guy fly pigeons ever. So a friend of mine, he said, we ought to start a fly called the Put 'em Up or Shut Up. Who got rolled? So I said, and I did it. So every time I see people, I go get a flyer, say, here, just for you. Shut up fly. So what it was is you fly out just like a regular competition, but the money they pay in, I distribute back out to the top 3 winners.
Yeah.
And plus the judge. So I didn't pay myself. I was a judge, so I didn't pay myself. I just put the money back out.
Yeah.
So the show part came when I wanted to make sure people got a substantial amount of money, and it didn't cost me. It didn't cost me nothing from my pocket. So I gave a show at the end.
Oh, nice.
And we auction off the birds. But every club does an auction just about every yearly. We haven't getting in a few years, but yearly, just to raise money for the club. But that was to raise money to give to the contestants that flew on the fly.
Wow.
I had to pay my daughters and nieces. That was my crew.
Okay, yeah, because I was just wondering about that because I know, you raise these birds from birth. A lot of them, because I say raising them from birth. I know it has to hurt, to get rid of, to auction off one of the birds. Because I assume that you develop some type of emotional attachment to the birds.
Right.
I don't know what. I'm glad you brought it up because what we try not to do is do that. It's hard, but we try not to. We keep it separate. We try to, but it's hard with some birds because what happens is the business aspect keep in. If you're not taking me forward, help me maintain, you're not doing me no good. So I can't use you.
Right.
And it's best to let somebody else get it and use it, where it's just sitting in your loft doing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And some birds are too valuable to fly because they might get eaten.
Oh no.
Right.
So you got to make that decision. So somebody else get it, they take it, they breed it, they can start their own little program.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's hard for you not to, because I heard you fussing at them, telling them that they was eating the wrong colors of the food at one point. I saw that. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, they be picky sometimes, but they need to eat everything.
Yeah.
They want to eat certain seeds, and they need the other seeds. And so you got to put them to the side, and how you do your kids sometimes. Or eat that. And let that sit there. You come back when you finish. Still waiting for you right there.
Right.
So how many clubs are out there? Like, I mean, I guess I should just specifically say in California. How many clubs do you guys have? It's a lot, huh?
A lot.
Wow.
Well, it used to be a whole lot, but it cut down a little bit because 2 years ago we had a thing called the Newcastle disease scare when they was killing all the chickens and ducks and everything.
Right.
And people kind of went away from the clubs because of that, and then the pandemic. So trust me, when the pandemic is over, it's gonna get right back like it was.
Yeah.
But right now we still got about a good 20 clubs active, maybe or more. 30, about 30. Cause we got some north too, so we got quite a few clubs still in California. But in Los Angeles, we used to have like 20 just in Los Angeles and Los Angeles County.
Oh wow.
Like 20.
That's a lot. So are you guys competing against each other? Because I was trying to get a feel for it in the documentary. Is that your club competing against each other, or is that separate clubs competing against each other?
Well, in that documentary, it was 2 different competitions. It was the World Cup,
right?
Which we compete against everybody in the world, and it was the battle of the clubs, when club against club compete. So it was 2 different things. They didn't separate it. The editing didn't separate the 2. They just made it like it was all one big fly. But
yeah.
How do they judge the World Cup? Like, is it a set? Do you submit? There's like a dedicated judge for an area, and then those numbers get submitted like that. Okay.
What it is they break it down into areas. So each area have their own director. So you got 9A, 9B, 9G. So each, depending on how many flyers you have, depending on how many finalists you have. So you get 1 qualifier per every 10 flyers. Nice. So you get 30, you got 3 qualifiers, and they go on to compete in the finals, where they get 1 judge and fly them all around the United States, or for the World Cup, all around the world to judge this fly.
Oh wow,
nice.
And it's usually the judge, usually the person that came in first, second, or third, or they pick somebody that's been in good standing as far as the competition.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Oh. So can we get a little bit into the, so you referenced in a couple of times in terms of the incident that happened that kind of knocked you back a little bit. And what I'm wondering is, just can you talk about, I guess for the audience, when things kind of knock you back, this is something that you're really, really passionate about. Then, it happened and then you kind of went away from it, but clearly your passion is still there. So can you kind of speak to how you were able to kind of move through that situation?
Well, okay, we have a how can I say this out here? We got hawks and falcons out here, but there's too many of them. We got infestation right now.
Oh wow.
Mm.
And when I was raising pigeons in the 90s, up to mid 95, 96, we never really saw many, like maybe once or twice a year.
Right.
Then the government started placing them out here. So now we seen them. It was for a season at first, between November-ish to maybe mid-February, and we could fly on the rest of the year. But now there's so many of them, I get hit. They take a bird from me at least twice a week all year.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
So what happened was, I had a trap. I caught a bird and killed a hawk. But this hawk it was coming in the backyard getting birds, so I killed it.
Wow.
Right.
And then at that time, they had an undercover agent that had been following us around for like 18 months, pretending to be our friend, pretending to be a guy that wanted to raise pigeons.
Oh wow.
And he infiltrated our whole organization. And what he did was, I looked at what he actually did. I don't know if everybody figured it out, but I figured out what he did. What he did is he went after all the presidents of all the major clubs.
Wow.
Because I was a president. All the presidents of all the major clubs got caught up in that. So when it happened, I was mad because how it came, because that was my daughter, the youngest one. She was like 2 years old. She was still in the stroller. And I was back there flying and feeding the birds. And my friend said, "Is somebody playing over there?" Because in the corner where they come in the backyard, somebody over there. And I was walking toward it. He came back there with guns, shotguns, and guns.
Wow.
Like I just robbed the bank.
Wow.
Wow.
I killed a hawk with a pellet gun.
Wow.
And my daughter just, wait. I jumped in front of my daughter. I said, wait. And I said, all this because of hawks? He said, yeah, watch these. He said, yeah, watch the handcuffs. Some crazy remark he said to me. But anyway, and that kind of threw me off, because after that, it never was the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, question. You think that was set up that way? That's why they put those hawks out there, because they were trying to infiltrate all of the, all of the clubs and stuff like that?
I know I can't say that's what it was.
Right, but why would you release a whole lot of hawks? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, unless it's the infestation of like rats or something like that, but for the most part,
the wild pigeon population, that's what they say, but they don't really go after the wild pigeon population. If you want to get rid of the wild pigeon population, all they gotta do is use owls. And owls will go raid their nests at night when pigeons can't see.
Right.
Just take care of it. I mean, if you really want to be technical.
Yeah. I was totally disappointed at that part of the documentary, because I feel like if people are doing things in the community to keep things positive and to see that you guys are together, that maybe they would try to figure out a way to come to you and say, hey, Mr. London, I know these are hurting your pigeons. This is the appropriate way that you should handle it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you can cage them, we'll come pick them up, or maybe there's a certain deterrent. It's kind of like Bike Life. Like, I love Bike Life. And those guys, they're all hanging together and doing their thing. And I love to see that teamwork and to see them all connected. But then you see police chasing them. And it's like, why can't we find a way where we can have a balance or something in common to keep it going? I just feel like, you're an honest man. You were trying to have your own business. And for them to come in your family, as and to do that was just a horrible thing to do. Yeah.
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 So,
go ahead, Kendra. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask real quick. So in that, so, you know, of course that was, you know, something devastating that happened. But as we're talking today, you know, your mindset now, like you said, you want to win like the world championships and stuff like that. So how did you mentally move from like that place to where you are today, where you're like, you know, I want to be an example and show people what can be done from like, you know, a winning perspective. Not that you haven't already, clearly you have, but.
I had to, what I did was, this is what I did. When it got to the point where I felt I couldn't, man, this reminded me of some project I'm working on. But, you know, okay, look, I'm gonna tell you about my project real quick, just to give you guys paint a picture for you. You know Sam Cooke's song, Change Gonna Come?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, right now, I watched, was that One Night in Miami, One Weekend in Miami, or whatever it was?
Yep. The Netflix.
And when he sung the song, it hit me. And when he sung the song, I translated all his feelings in that song to all the feelings I have with the birds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I'm born and raised in Pigeons since I was a little kid, and just like the Pigeons, I've been rolling ever since. It's been a hard time training, but the change is gonna come. I changed some words up to fit what I was going through. But what I did was back then I had to take a deep breath and step back. I took my birds, I put them all over different places. I never got rid of them. I just put them in people's hands I trust, took a step back, and I just watched the hobby. I go on the internet and watch what people's talking about, look at the videos.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I think I can get back into this. I know what I need to do. So then what I did was I concentrated on just breeding and producing the best birds I can possibly raise and keep. And just that's all I did. I kept selecting and breeding and selecting and breeding. I said, okay, now I think I got it. I know I need to do. So I'm just gonna put them up. Because I even though I lost birds all week, I still maintain to have a real nice group of pigeons. So I said, and that was an answer. So I said, I know what to do. I got to step back into the arena. I'm gonna show them that it can be done. Not so that to beat them. They take it personal when I do something like they think I'm trying to beat them. But of course I'm trying to win. And if I win, of course I'll beat you. I mean, but it's not about that. Just showing that the birds can be better. And what we're doing, we have not even been tapped yet. It's still untapped. The boundaries what the birds can be. And I'm trying to find that and reach that and show these guys that it can be done here. Just in California, mostly because we have the best, one of the worst problems here. Because when they arrested me, I was mad for two reasons: that I couldn't protect my livestock, my pets.
Right.
And they did it when my daughter was there. And what if somebody would pull the trigger?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying. So
yeah, that's sickening, man. And again, like you said, as always, you know, when we try to do something positive, you know, if it's something negative, they would probably let it ride. But being as though you're trying to do something, you're trying to do the right thing, people are coming together, they don't want that. I do got to ask you now, how's the hawk problem now? I mean, is it still a problem?
Worse.
Oh, wow.
I'm saying it's worse. That's what I'm saying. I kind of figured out a way to get around it. I'm going to fly through it. I'm not going to get around it. I'm going to fly straight through it.
Right.
Yeah. I love what you said, because that's what happens. Like sometimes we do have to take a step back, you know, when we're dealt that blow, take a step back and regroup and come back. So I really commend you for that.
Yeah, fair. I mean, how many times your parents told you somebody hit you, hit them back? I mean, it's still a point you can't fight back. I mean, and it's not like I'm going to hunting hawks. We weren't going hunting them.
Yeah, he came
coming to us in our yards. Like, I mean, if there's a law against wild animals coming to your yard, I mean, if a mountain lion jump my fence and take my dog, they're gonna come kill it themselves.
Right.
The same way.
Yeah.
And we do got some comments that we do have to get to. We got a lot of them actually. And Cheryl Robinson, she shouts out to Kendra from South Carolina.
South Carolina.
SC in the house. Yes, indeed.
Dirty South.
Billy says absolute truth. And he also says passion creates the love for whatever you desire to manifest. Awesome, brother. I like those words there. And Cheryl says so true. And my man Taymu, what's going on, brother, from another mother? He says hello, everybody, and shout out to my man Chuck for always having an exciting show. Hey, thank you. This is let's talk about. This is This is Kendra and Izzy's show, but hey,
we'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll still take that. But hey, Tamu, thank you, man, for always tuning in. Thank you for your support and keep doing great things throughout the community out there in Jacksonville. You did your thing here, in the tri-state area, and you out there doing your thing. So major shout out to you. What's up, Johnny Slow? Shout out to Johnny Slow. He says, hello, Chuck and the crew. What's going on, brother? Shout out to him. And if you haven't know, go down to Johnny Slow's gym right there, Marcus Hook, doing major things there in the community as well. So keep the good work up, brother. Celeste says, Laughlin says, good evening. What's going on, Celeste? Thanks for tuning in. And we also had Jorge Correa. He says, knowledge, Big Keith. So there you go. So they love you out there, Keith, and they, gave you a nice shout. You guys see you got some people coming in through on the West Coast. And Tamu says, good job, Kendra. So again,
thank you. I'm getting the love tonight. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. So shout out to everybody for tuning in. Yeah, man, this is definitely a very interesting story, man. And, like I said, I never knew the concept of the whole pigeon. I would see it on TV and see stuff, going on, but I never knew what was going on. So I appreciate you here explaining something to me. And then I got your documentary. I can go back and look at that. You know what I mean? And take a look at that and see exactly, like, really get the full, educational piece on that. So I definitely appreciate that. So thank you.
Right.
Well, my pleasure. Trust me.
Keith,
and is it mostly a West Coast thing, or is it? I know there's the World Cup,
really?
But
all over. It's all over.
Okay.
I get so many. I get people texting me and inboxing me from so many different places. I love the movie. Blah blah. I mean, from so many places. I think a lady hit me from New Zealand.
Oh wow, nice.
So I think the crew, man, the crew did a good job from the music, man. The person that did the music, Shonda, she's so awesome, and she did that stuff just for the movie.
Wow.
The music, and when she captured the whole movie, it was like it's my life. I mean, the stuff was in it. It's actually my actual life. It's nothing was scripted. That was my life.
Right.
So. And that's what everybody kept saying. You shared your life, man.
Yeah.
That's Keith.
Right. I love it because it's just you being real. So I know that you have like this knowledge about your birds and how you're supposed to feed them and everything. So much to the point that you created a supplement for them. And I was just tickled pink behind that. Can you tell us about the supplement that you made for pigeons?
See my commercial?
Yeah, your commercial.
I can't even remember the commercial now. But what happened was, when we go to this feed store or this pigeon place, it's got all these pigeon products. So one time I was in there and I was explaining about a bird that was a female, kept laying soft eggs. So a Homer guy was in there, racing Homer guy, got great racing pigeons. He said, mix a little this, together and give her that for like 5, 6, 7 days, and she should be all right. If she have the eggs, they'll be good. And I did it, and it worked. I said, I wonder if I can do other stuff in there to combat like sicknesses and some diseases. So I kept trying it, and I kept trying it. And I did it one time, and it worked. I said, okay, did it again, and it worked. I said, I'm on to something. So I started giving them the name. First was called Miracle Pills. That's just to give them the lay. And the bus came when I added other stuff to get rid of Salmonella, E. coli,
right?
Like this. So I just made my own. So I said, your cock's in, birds going like, wow, here it is, Miracle Plus.
Wow.
Where you got from? East London.
How you come up with that? Because that's a little chemistry there. You talking about putting this right? How did you know how much the user?
I was reading. I kept reading.
Okay.
Because what happened was I was using one drug, and what it does it canceled out the other drug, so it didn't work. So I had to figure out which ones I can actually mix and don't cancel each other out, and it worked. And once I figured out, then I had to figure out the dosages. So I took the dosages and broke it down from what they say give to a flock, and I just kept breaking it down. I got it.
Nice.
People really ask me. People really have the audacity to ask me. So how do you make them? What you put them and how much you put them?
No.
Like what? Like I'm really gonna tell you how to make my pill.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I know about your supplement for your pigeons. I'd like to know more information about your book.
Oh, Nalani? Well,
Yes.
Nalani 5. Okay, look. Okay, this was about 2009-ish, maybe 2010. I had a dream.
Uh-huh.
The dream seemed so real. I said, you know what? I'm write this down. I start writing it down.
Right.
I started writing it down and I started writing it and I kept writing and writing. And this led to this and this led to next thing I had a book. So my friend said, I got somebody might be interested in that. He read it. So then I let her read it. She said, oh, yeah. Published.
Wow.
They didn't do a good job on the editing, though, but
right.
But the
right.
story, everybody said, man, the story is awesome. You just gotta. And that's actually 4 different. I'm on book 4. They haven't published anything yet, but I got 3. 2 of them was complete.
Wow. To have that drive, like you don't let things knock you down. This happened, but you're like, okay, boom, got to get back up. I'm going to try this. Something else happens. Boom, I got to get back up. So I admire you for that. I think that's super awesome. Yeah.
That definitely is awesome. Hey, you
Coming
guys.
soon.
Oh, go ahead.
Script. A woman's worth.
Oh, okay. Hey, you got anything else coming up? Any type of events coming up soon?
We got me and a couple of friends, we doing a cancer fly. So one of the guys I'm doing it with, he's actually a cancer survivor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing a cancer fly when the American Cancer Society is behind us. So we're gonna do it for them. I mean, just to give back. I mean, so we always do stuff and give stuff to each other, but we haven't really given back in a while. We used to do a lot back in the 90s. We used to fly for the youth organizations and donate money. We used to fly for a church to raise money for the church to help him change his members. We used to do all kinds of stuff. Then we stopped. So I said it's time to start giving back. And I said we need to start giving back to some people that really, really help. I really want to do St. Jude. I want to do a fly for St. Jude's also.
Kendra, did you have any more questions? I've been hogging up.
Sorry, I disappeared. I went running to buy some pigeons. I was like, I'm gonna get my son off this video game. So one thing that I wanted to know is how has this, so you've been doing it all your life. So for you, it may not feel like a change, but how has doing this changed, you as a person, or the way you look at life, or the way you deal with people, or, anything? So.
Well, the pigeon fraternity is really communal. I mean, it's really, right. we get together all the time. We just gonna barbecue and drink. I don't drink beer, but they, just hang out. We can't do that kind of stuff no more. We can't right now. This is February. The main show will be happening next month, but it probably won't happen. Then another one will be happening a month after that. We probably have 6 or 7 shows throughout the year. Last year in 2020, there was only 1. Wow. That's it. Oh, wow. So that part has changed, but it don't change my drive with the pigeons. It actually helped me get a little more focused, because I go to work, come home, do the pigeons, go back, and the same cycle repeats. Yeah. I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, only thing I really miss, but because of this pandemic, is the time I spend with my youngest daughter, taking her to and from school. Right. When you're doing it, you're like, oh man, I gotta get up. I'm tired. Right? Now it's like, hey, I missed that. It's good. I mean, it's good because it made a lot of guys stay at home. When they stayed at home, they got to see, wait a minute, my birds not as good as I thought they were, or my birds are better than I thought they were. So they got a chance to see whether it's good or bad. So I guess it worked out for everybody, I guess.
I know, right? Well, we got a long way to go.
I don't go around people, so people come see me. You got a mask on?
I know, right?
Yeah, especially out. Yeah, you guys got hit hard. So the other thing is, are you still doing the basketball coaching? And if you are, what I'm wondering is, what skills have you taken from like this sport to when you're coaching, the kids that you coach? in terms
The
of
other way
helping
around.
them. Say that again.
I took the basketball stuff and took it to the Pigeons.
Oh, what did you take there?
Training, conditioning and training.
Wow.
And just
Okay.
being just repetitive. Because you gotta understand, Pigeons there's two things there. It's instinct and habit. That's what pigeons really live. It's instinct and habit. Either they do something because of habit or it's instinctual. That's it.
Wow.
And once I realized that, it made a lot of stuff easier. Easier, not easy, but easier.
Mm-hmm.
And just like training an athlete, what you do is you got to train to make them do stuff so much that it becomes habit and then transfers to instinct. And the same thing. So
yeah.
Awesome.
It works.
Interesting. Right. That's an interesting concept right there. Hey, listen, we got a few more questions in here. We got let's see. We got
I can do this all day.
Yeah. Jorge Korea says worldwide when we're talking about the pigeons.
Okay.
And
Nice.
Tamara Lally says good evening.
Hi,
Hi,
Tamara.
Tamara.
And we got Celeste. She says self-teaching. She's talking about when you taught yourself as far as the vitamins and stuff of that nature, how to make the vitamins for the pigeons, and resilience. Talking all that. And Billy Ray, I do comedy. I know, Billy, we got you down, baby. He does. That's my man, Bill. He came in, and he said, my man Temu says, there's nothing wrong with taking a break when it comes to giving back, Keith. But as long as you pick back up where you left off, I usually feed the homeless once a month, but I haven't did it in a few months now. But rest assured, I'll be out there next week feeding them. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And he also says, hey, basketball coach, that's right, up my alley. He says, kudos to you, Keith, for working with the youth. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, Temu. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
That's right. Let me know when you back in town, man, so we can do something. Definitely. So, hey, man.
We had some good basketball players come through our program.
Really?
Yeah.
The Wright brothers, DeLon and the real Wright, they both came through our program.
Okay.
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Hey, listen, we also got to give a shout out to a sponsor we haven't yet. So I'm going to give a shout out to the sponsor, the A Game. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break and come right back. Here we go, the A Game.
This is A Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind, to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
And I promise I won't say anything about the giggle at the end, but hey, it is what it is.
Too late.
He can't help it. He always he can't help it.
Again, that's the A Game. Like I said, it's for your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And if you want your free sample of the A Game, give me a call at 302-723-2836, 302-723-2836. Call me before samples run out. That is the A Game. All right.
We were just talking about supplements for pigeons, so it all
I know, right?
They all fell hand in hand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
They all fell hand in hand, definitely. So that definitely worked. That definitely worked. So, hey, we also want to tell you about how to reach us. They can reach us at LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, also Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, and Instagram at Feel.GoodTalk. So those are a few. And also, you can check us out on Roku as well at Feel Good Talk TV. So definitely check us out. We're there as well on Amazon TV. We should be there as well. So
nice. So Keith, before we go, I wanted you to give a shout out to your sponsor. Show your shirt again and let us know where we can find your sponsor and where we can find information about you.
Well, this is Rolling Pigeon Apparel. It's actually a bird rolling.
Yeah,
Oh,
see?
wow. Yeah.
One of the guys that put it together. So I wear it every time I try to do any kind of filming or whatever. So
Really nice.
It's that Roller Pigeon Apparel, mostly on Facebook.
Okay.
That's where all this stuff is on Facebook and I think Instagram. I know Facebook for real, for sure.
Okay.
So
Nice.
And where can the Feel Good Talk family find you on social media?
at author, Facebook is author_KL.London.
Okay.
The same for Twitter, Instagram. I changed that so many times because people always hack that one.
Right.
But it's close to the same. But you punch in my name, I pop up. Either me or my son, but you know the difference.
Yeah.
And what is that? The video? Where is that? Where can we find that video again?
The documentary.
The document. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, and we Pigeon Kings at Amazon, Hulu, Spotify,
Wow.
iTunes. It's still on there. And there's one more. It just aired on. I got a notification somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, but everybody go to Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know go to Amazon. Oh, is it Tubi? And Tubi,
Yep.
I think.
Yep. I watched it on Tubi, so it's on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was the last one that people told me about too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got the link also on the poster that we sent out. So whoever doesn't have it, they can definitely check out that. Get that link right off the poster. It should be right there. So
yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, go check out Nalani Farm. You guys might find that kind of interesting. There's a reference to pigeons in there too.
Oh, really?
Hey, we got some more comments out there. Let's see what they're talking about. We got Celeste. She says it's a lot of men that need that.
See, Celeste gone there.
Celeste, tell me about it. Hey, let me tell you something about
I like Celeste.
You know, she's never short of words. I'm telling you that right now. So again,
That's
yeah, you know,
funny.
hey, like I said, you can order for whoever. It don't matter. I have a lot of women order for their men as well. So like I said, it's also great for your immune system. So it's not just for, libido. It's good for everything. Right. So definitely check it out. It's a great pill to have. 19 natural herbs. It's all natural, nothing artificial. And my man Billy Rick, the comedian, because he wanted, and we had him on last Friday. Thanks for coming on, brother. Did your thing,
Thank
and
you.
he wanted to say great show. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you, Bill. And Temu says nothing like some educated black beautiful queens. That Izzy.
Thank you.
Temu, that is definitely right. I love it. Like I said, man, they the truth. So again,
thank you.
Definitely appreciate all the comments and concerns. Definitely. So. Hey Keith, man, it was a pleasure, man. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I learned a lot too, and I'm still I got some more, a little bit more questions in my head that I have to check out and see, what's going on. I do that myself. I'll look at it myself and see what's up. And I'll probably get those answers. We also have my man, we also have Temu says a select you for that. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of A game. Don't even worry about that. And Temu says, my man's Rick. All right, cool. So out there commenting.
That's funny.
And you're all in LA, am I correct, Keith?
Yeah.
Yo,
in LA.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Shout out to Jamil. He's out in that area as well. So
yeah.
I'll be out there soon, man. I'm definitely gonna come out that way soon.
Hey, can I tell y'all a little story about something that happened?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I get a call from Mike Tyson, right?
Oh wow.
I'm in my pigeon shop. Pigeon shop. He said, "Hey, Keith, what's going on?" I said, "I'm good. Who is this?" He said, "Mike." I said, "Which Mike?" He said, "Mike Tyson." Man, stop playing. He said, "Mike Tyson, I'm about to pull up right now to your shop." I said, "Okay." I said, "Man, some food to me, Mike Tyson." Went outside, they pull up. Mike Tyson come get out the car.
Wow.
Said, well, can I go down to your house and see your birds? And I said, I don't know where I live. but anyway, he went to the house, he bought birds. But the thing is, a few years ago, he contacted me again. And he said he's going to be in LA. He wanted to get a few birds. I say, fine. So he said, okay, I'm going to send somebody to come pick them up for me. I say, fine. So I'm expecting somebody to pull up in the truck. They pull up in a limo.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, Mike Tyson finna get out. So driver get out, say, I'm here to pick up some pigeons for Mike Tyson. So I look outside, I said, what you gonna put him in? I'll put him in the car with me. I'm driving back to Vegas. I said, wait a minute. Mike Tyson sent a limousine, get this pigeons, drive to Vegas.
Wow.
I said, yeah. I said, wow. They do.
Wow.
They can travel better than me.
I know, right? Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you something too, Keith? If not, how much do the birds usually run, if I may ask? Is that, could I ask that?
My birds or people's birds?
Well, the birds you sell.
Well, pet shop birds usually range from I'm not even sure if they're $10 anymore, but $10 to maybe a couple of hundred.
Oh.
More established breeders, with my birds, they probably start at 100.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I've turned down thousands for a bird. And people are like, man, I'm gonna give you a couple of thousand for one pigeon. You said no. I said, yeah. Think about it. This bird can breed 13 years. I can breed anywhere from I can breed up to 20, 10, 12, up to 20 birds per year at $100 a piece. What is $1,000? I mean, it was $2,000.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
I'm saying, so it's not about the money. It's about the bird. There's some birds I won't sell to certain people because I know once the bird get there, that the line dies. Like, it took me all this time. I've been breeding this line of birds since 1990.
Oh wow.
So, like how my family said, so for me to sell my bird and they don't take care of it, it's like a loss. That was a good bird. That could have helped the birds and how we move further along. The bigger you get with it, I'd rather just keep them. Or give it to somebody. I'd rather give it to somebody else that's going to do something with it than sell it to somebody that's not.
Right.
See, it's not about the money. That's what I'm telling you. It's not about the money. Like what we doing now.
Right.
I have a podcast called KL, The Roller Agenda. I talk about pigeons all day for free. I think I got paid a whole almost year and a half to be $80.
Right.
And that's because my friends be sponsoring. I mean, that's not
right.
So it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
When you love what you do, it always comes back in some form, whether someone donates the money to you or someone, so it's better to just follow your heart and to just do it like you're doing it now with a passion. Yeah, I love it.
It's crazy because that's one of the reasons why I think I got a divorce. One of them, but because I felt that's how I felt. I felt, how could you want me to stop doing something that I like to do so much? I mean, who does that?
Yeah, and you know what? They should be. You're doing something that's constructive. You're not out in the streets doing dumb stuff. So that's.
And I was out in the street at one time doing dumb stuff.
Oh, okay.
Keith is honest. I like your honesty.
Right.
I mean, in the movie, I tell everybody. I mean, I had to walk away from a substantial amount of money.
Oh yeah, you did. Yep.
But then you came back and you said how it's therapeutic, and and another gentleman said, "Hey, you know what? I'm angry. I'm upset when I'm at home, but when I'm around my birds." And every man that was in that video that I saw, he just had this thing where he would just sit back and just watch his birds, and it's a calming. Yeah, I mean, it's just like having a pet, or and just watching them. It's a peace in doing that. Yeah.
Now that you bring it up, Izzy, I wonder why it's not. Do you see, Keith, more like women in the sport? Because I really didn't see, it was all men. Now that she said that.
Yeah.
There are women. Well, there was one woman that was really trying to compete and stuff. But I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah.
And there are a few women that have pigeons, but they're not competing. They're not in the sport part. They're more on the hobby side. So.
All right, Kendra.
Huh.
I know. Pigeons, girl.
I know. I'm coming to Philly.
Next show, we're gonna have our pigeons. Didn't you be laughing?
Hey, Celeste says she needed to find herself a hobby. There you go. Exactly. So again, Celeste, like I said, she's not short of words. So that's Celeste.
Some people just don't understand what it takes to be really good at something.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be good at this because I would name them and I would just, I would put little bows up on their little fuzzy.
You be in the backyard crying all day when the doctor take your picture.
You know how I do Milo. That I'd have them in little carriages and walking around and show them to people. Yeah, I can't do that.
I believe it.
Milo, what's Milo?
Oh, I gotta show you Milo. Milo's my Jack Chi. He's a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix, and he is off the chain.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He's
He had on
scratching his
diapers
head.
today.
But I think you're right though. I think a lot of people don't understand when you're passionate about something, you do have to obsess over it, but then that means you're going to sacrifice a lot. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's that sacrifice. If you don't
have things I would have did a little different. It's a few things if I went back, I would have did a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about it. Basketball players, they're obsessed. They play over and over. You know what I mean?
And the great ones work out all the time.
Right.
Yep.
They become very good. As with any sport or anything that you're passionate about, you just keep doing it over and over and over again. So, but I love that. Oh, we got another question.
Hey, my man Jorge says, he says, Keith has an ability not too many in the hobby have. True Birmingham roller man. So.
What do I have? What is that? What is that?
The
ability, not too many.
Yeah.
In the
documentary, from what I gathered from the documentary, you're like Izzy said, you're patient,
right?
But that also speaks to like your attention to the breeding part. Like you're so focused, you pay close attention to the breeding, and I think that takes patience because a lot of people are probably like, well, just give me this bird and let me see, you know, how it's going to do. And like you said, you've been breeding family lines for like years. So, you know.
Yeah.
I
know. It's a few things I wish if I had known the documentary was going to go this route, there's a few other things I would have put in there. I thought about it. It was like, I remember as a kid, like when me and my siblings would argue, they'd always say, "You a bird freak." And I would say, "So?" And later on, I was like, "Dang, they call me a bird freak." You know what I'm saying? You think about, dang, like that. Mm-hmm. But you know, you get past it over it.
Yeah.
I told my brother that one day. He's in prison, but we talked. And I said, "Remember you always called me a bird freak?" He said, "Man, you know we was kids." I said, "I know that, but look at me now."
I know that's right.
Everybody. He said, "Everybody, a lot of people in the prison know who I am." I said, "Okay." But you know, so yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit about it. You know, I was a kid, but
yeah.
That's awesome.
Another one.
Yeah, he says, Jorge says, breeder, flyer, and competitive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, matter of fact, me and him doing a collab breeding right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took one of his males and put on one of my females. Well, two of his males on two of my females. I'm doing that right now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Awesome.
Maybe I'll try one pigeon. Maybe I just get try one out. See
if you get one pigeon, you feed it every day. With your actually feed it. You drop the food, get used to your hand. It'll eventually start coming on your hand.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's how my doves were. They would do the same
thing. Males will be protective though. I don't know how my friend pigeon know that his wife is a female.
Yeah.
He knows he's protected. She got one pigeon in a little cage in the house.
Oh wow.
He comes out, he follows her around cooing. If you go near, he get a popping.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's wrong with this bird, man?
Yeah, train them.
Too close to my wife.
We don't have pigeons here in Virginia. Well, not where I live. We don't have
pigeons. What?
It's in a hobby there in Virginia.
Yeah, it must be like I'm in the Blue Ridge, like the foothills, and I've not seen a pigeon before. Maybe all the hawks is eating them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was ready to say the
hawks there probably eat everything else.
Yeah.
Rabbits, squirrels. Mm-hmm. See here, the city, they ain't no rabbits and squirrels. Well, there's squirrels, but not rabbits.
Mm-hmm. The day I find a pigeon here, I will shoot you a picture because I ain't seen one.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, you said Virginia, Pentagon City, is that Virginia?
Oh, that must be yeah.
It's that mall by the Pentagon, that mall over there.
Yeah, that's a city.
There's pigeons there.
Oh wow.
Oh, when I was there visiting, one time I saw some.
Yeah.
Yes, they're there. They everywhere.
Alexandria area.
Yeah. But you're not far from DC, right, Izzy?
No, I'm like 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
I'm closer to like UVA.
Yeah.
Out in like Charlottesville area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good friend that lives in DC. She went to Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have. If I've seen one, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've like seen one pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to think about it. Me and Kendra, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
y'all gonna get one too.
Yeah, y'all gonna raise pigeons and y'all gonna fly them and everything on the show. That's gonna be awesome.
Y'all gonna see pigeons everywhere. Y'all gonna start seeing pigeons everywhere now.
I know.
Hey, we gotta break barriers. We gotta be the first women to do this.
That's right.
Y'all want to be the first.
No, I'm gonna be the first.
No, we're gonna be the first to win the world. We're gonna be the first to win the World Cup. That's what we're gonna do.
You will be the first.
Cool. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's a cool hobby. It's cool. It keeps you grounded and keeps you at home if you're serious.
Right.
So it's a cool little hobby.
All of our interviewees that come on here, that you will always be family to us. Mm-hmm. So you can always reach out if you ever want to come back and talk about whatever. Feel free to contact me anytime. And I appreciate you taking your time to come out and just educate our community about what you do. It is very amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm super impressed. I've told everybody about your documentary.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Everybody go see it.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
And then rate us.
You guys go watch the Pigeon Kings.
Yes. We put the link inside the comments, so be sure to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And as always, we love you guys and we thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Keith London. Be sure to go follow him. Be sure to go follow. Yep.
There you go.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
We love you guys and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Have a great
See you
night.
next week.
Peace.